Welcome back once again. As we all know that the industrial sector is at the forefront of the sustainable development goals. Of course, a country or a nation without a successful industrial sector, it needs a lot of steps to be taken so that it could cope with economic development, cope with world economic powers, and would cope with the goals of sustainable development, 17 goals. That's why Egypt have taken real serious steps to be able to develop with the industrial sector, and it has ratified its investment laws. It also issued or made new laws to facilitate investment in Egypt, also to boost the industry in Egypt, and also have developed mainly as a main factor to boost that support the industrial sector. It has affected the proper infrastructure, and there were infrastructure, a pile of infrastructure projects in order, and bridges and roads and everything, in order to be able to support the industry in Egypt. And we're going to be embarking on that particular important file. We have with us live in the studio our prominent guest, Dr. Samir Abbas, economic expert. He's a former member of the UN Development Program, UNDP. Good morning, Dr. Abbas.
Good morning.
How are you doing, sir? So we were talking about the government's plan to be able to develop with the industrial sector. Many steps have been taken, and of course further steps are about to be taken also. Relentless efforts all the time. How do you assess the government's plans to develop with this sector?
Can we just give a couple of minutes to congratulate our Egypt for the victory of 6th of October,
of course.
When we restored our occupied Sinai from the enemies, and we got back our glory and our dignity and our self-esteem when we won the victory in that war. The second blessed thing here in Egypt in this October is the end of the war on Gaza, and the celebration in Egypt, in Sharm el-Sheikh, and the President of the United States is coming, and some of the leaders of the world are coming to share this occasion with Egyptian President Mr. Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, who really played the major role to end this bloody war on the Palestinians in Gaza. This is first, before we start. It's out of our script, but I'm sorry, we should mention that.
It's a real pleasure.
About the industry in Egypt, last time we were talking about the about what had been done and what are the prospects of Egyptian industrial sector, and this time we are going to elaborate more about that issue, discussing the three major themes on this issue, which are the achievements which we already done, the opportunities for the Egyptian industrial sector in the coming years, and in the meantime, the third point is the challenges facing our ambitions to be an industrialized country among the other nations. If we mention the achievements, I'm not sure if I'm abiding with your question or your script or not, but these are the things we need to elaborate about before, away from the numbers which are not interesting for most of the viewers. Egypt in the last 10 years achieved so much success in the industrial sector, starting from substituting the imports and establishing new factories and the plants to produce the products that were being imported from abroad and paid by foreign currency for the consumers of Egyptian market. We succeeded to embark on reviving the sector by putting back on track factories and the plants that were built before and were neglected in certain period of time in the past, like the cars industry, which is Nasr company for cars, like iron and steel, major factory. Yes, we established some in Sinai lately, but we are revisiting and reviving this sector, which is very important for the manufacturing sector. We succeeded in localizing so many kinds of industries, which is really new for the Egyptian workers and the Egyptian know-how, like the trains, cars, the trains, engines, the sophisticated electronic products in Bani Suif or on New Bani Suif, which there are now exporting the smartphones, the TVs, so many industrial products to so many countries of the world. We succeeded in producing processed food in the silos. There is a huge complex was built in north of Cairo to produce all kind of canned and processed kinds of food for the local market and for the exporting. We had achieved so many steps towards rehabilitating the industrial sector of Egypt. Mentioning the achievements could be summarized in 147 new industrial cities and complexes were established in the last 10 years. These things need to shed light on, because really we are making a very good job on this front. But with these achievements, we still have opportunities. Those opportunities depend on how can we get the foreign investment, the know-how investment, the first-class producers to develop the quality of our products to be competitive in the world market. These are the opportunities we have. When it comes to marketing, we have very good market. We are a local market. We have 110 million Egyptian consumer. We have a big market. We are the north front of Africa, and we have so many countries in Africa are in need of Egyptian products, and they prefer it, by the way, because there is something emotional or appreciation between African countries and Egypt. Also, we have the Arab countries or the Middle Eastern countries, which are, yes, there are some competitors, but still Egypt has a relative advantage. But if we succeed to take this opportunity, which is available for us to conquer these markets in the area, which is already happening now. The exports of Egypt to United Arab Emirates, to Saudi Arabia, to the Gulf area in general, to Turkey even. We are now exporting textile to Turkey, which is a good market and a good producers of this kind of product. We have the opportunity to develop the communication sector, which is very important in this era, as the world is embarking on the AI, the artificial intelligence time, and the ChatGPT and whatever will come soon in these things. Then we have very big opportunity we have good labor force, which is now in the industrial sector are 3.5 million, and by the 2030 there will be 8 million smart, skilled workers in the industrial sector. These are basically the opportunities we have. We still have some challenges which are in need to be faced.
Right. We're going to touch on the challenges later on, but let's not forget the infrastructure projects, of course, and logistics projects, which, of course, the Suez Canal, and at the same time, it's a hub for foreign investment and for industrial sector also at the same time, local industry. How have those infrastructure projects boosted the mobilization of products from one type to other? Because these are the veins, those infrastructure projects are the veins for industry.
That's true. So yeah, that's true. The industry has a very important value added compared to agricultural sector or any other sector. Therefore, the government concentrated for more than 5-6 years on the infrastructure building to make the industrial revolution in Egypt possible, because without the infrastructure you can't build factories, you could have not been able to build these cities of industry in different parts of Egypt. The network of roads, the providing the energy for the industry, or providing it and securing it for years, for certain period of time, facing the shortages of the power, training and opening the training centers for the workers. It's considered an asset also when it comes to infrastructure. We established a very strong base of infrastructure. I don't concentrate on the Suez Canal economic zone, because it became now an international base of industries and the free zone for exportation. And I think I read lately that there is a plan to import, I don't know, I'm not sure if the number is right, 1,000 factories from China are going to move to Egypt, as the Egyptian workers became competitive when it comes to wages and when it comes to skills. Therefore, and the China standard of living is getting higher, therefore the production is becoming more expensive there. Therefore they wanted to move the same policy adopted by United States when they moved their industries to China, when it was cheaper to produce compared to US. Now China is adopting the same strategy, using the infrastructure, which is a strong one now in Egypt, to move its industrial sector or part of its industry to Egypt, to the free canal zone, and it has big area between Sokhna and East Port Said and West Port Said to move industries to that area. Therefore, Egypt now, especially from this zone in Egypt, is exporting about $42 billion a year from industry in that area of exportation.
Right. Talking also about the investment incentives that were put by the governments, like, for example, the tax exemption, the golden visas and golden licenses also that are given to the mega projects and to investors who have could reflect seriousness of investing in Egypt. They would immediately be issued the golden license to be starting to facilitate all their procedures and steps to build factories and start investing in Egypt and building different industries and all that. These are also very important steps. How important are these steps?
They are very important, and we were going to talk about it as part of the challenges facing the ambitions of the country. As we mentioned, there are achievements, there are opportunities, and I didn't elaborate enough on the opportunities because we have a really very good opportunity to jump or to become a tiger of the 30s from now to the 2030. And the third part is the challenges. One of these challenges which are being faced by the government really is let us talk on macroeconomic level. There are some discrepancies used to be there in the Egyptian pound pricing, devaluation from now and then. There are other things related to the financial market, the transferring of the profits of the investors in Egypt to abroad. There were some problems. The bureaucracy that was controlling the processing of licenses for investors, which is being solved successfully by the one-day license, by the golden license, by the
all the facilitations.
Yes, by the exemption from taxes and stuff.
On this note, of course, Dr. Samir Abbas, the economic expert and former member of UNDP, United Nations Development Program, would like to thank you so much. It was a great pleasure having you in the Breakfast Show. Thank you so much, Dr. Samir. And by this, we come to the end of this edition of the Breakfast Show for today. Many thanks to all of you. Until we see you again tomorrow morning, that's a goodbye.
Thank you.